Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend. If you're watching this before June 27th, then you might want to check out this webinar that's coming up. It's a launch from Stephen Brooks and it starts on Tuesday. So if you check out the description below, I'll leave a link to this page that you're seeing right now. You can go and sign up, check out the webinar. You'll learn more details from him about what exactly the service entails. But I have to admit, it's one of probably the most excited I've been for a while about a launch on these types of services, just because it's basically an automated trading system. And so one of the biggest complaints I get from people like all the time is I work a full-time job. Some people tell me that they're an airline pilot or a doctor and they can't sit there and take these day trades. So basically swing trading has become like what people would like to do. The problem is the market hasn't been lending itself to swing trading particularly for quite a while now. And so swing trading has the extra risk of having the market tank on you or rally crazily against you if you go short. So this service is something that I'm excited about for a couple of reasons. The first is you put in the markets, these are day trades, but they can be done as if you were doing a swing trade. And what I mean by that is you can automate these trades pre-market. So Stephen basically gives out these levels and how to place orders pre-market so long before the market opens, that you just set up. It takes 5 minutes and then you walk away and you let the trade play out throughout the day. So you don't have to be sitting there waiting for alerts or anything like that. And for me, that's a game changer. Even though I do this full time, I still can't be at my computer all the time. I still miss a lot of trades and things. So this idea of teaching people how to automate these trades in just 5 minutes pre-market, knowing what levels the market is going to be supported at and resisted at before the market opens, and being able to place more complex advanced orders pre-market and able to take advantage of the moves when they hit these key levels is really, really valuable. And a few people that have signed up have already told me that, and that this is something that could really change their trading, because they have the capital, they just don't have the time. And that seems to be like a recurring theme throughout all these things. So this is basically trading the markets, right? So Stephen talks about SPX daily trading. So these are zero DTE trades, meaning the options expire the same day. And he's doing it on SPX, also on the futures as well. And I know as a new trader, I was completely, I just ignored futures markets because they sounded complex and just for advanced people or whatever. But actually, the futures represents a really nice opportunity for people that don't maybe want to use as much capital. So a lot of the times these daily trades, people can't day trade them every day because of the pattern day trader rule. Well, with the futures, you don't actually have the pattern day trader rule, so you don't need that $25,000 minimum capital. So you can actually trade ES, MES options with less than 25,000, and you can do it day in, day out as much as you want, which is really cool. So these levels can be applied to SPX and also to ES, and then Stephen seems to teach you how to set up the orders, how to do these 0 DTE options, and gives you the trades every morning. So you can see on the page here, it says how to know where the market will be supported and resisted each day with up to 95% accuracy. That's what really allows you to place these orders pre-market, because you know what's going to happen or what should happen. And in my experience, they're really accurate. So this is really cool. And so he talks about how to fully automate these trades in less than 5 minutes a day. I don't know all the details about this. It's proprietary. You can kind of make some guesses at what this does by looking at the checkout page here. And if you want to buy this before the webinar, just send me an email. I'll leave my email in the description below, and I'll hook you up with a link to get the best possible price for this. But you can see the stuff that he's offering on the right here. So there's a course, there's daily morning levels. The morning levels, by the way, if you haven't seen them yet, look like this. So I've marked them up on the right here. He gives these numbers. Now, these levels by themselves are powerful, but when you combine them with the fact that he's teaching you how to make these trades automatically, placing them just 5 minutes, takes about 5 minutes to enter the orders pre-market, that's really powerful. So knowing these levels by themselves, maybe not that great, but if you know how to trade them like an expert trader like Stephen Brooks, then you can place them all pre-market, and so you can end up, making money without really doing much, which is good. So let me see where we're at. So the daily morning levels, people are like, well, I'm not paying for those. I could get other levels elsewhere. Well, these are some of the best levels that I've seen. They're very powerful, but really what you're paying for with this membership is the execution, right? Execution is everything. So you're basically getting how to automate these trades. Now, as with anything, you see this overinflated, sometimes overinflated value that the sales page, the marketers put on this. $10,000 value, it might sound ridiculous, but really, if it saves you from sitting there all day, every day, trading like a crackhead, this could potentially be the value, right? Like, it could easily save you that in time, and then if you're doing a proper strategy that is, working, this is not an absolute ludicrous value, to give to the automation part, which is the part I'm most excited about, because it gives you that extra time and reduces your effort. So this founder's bonus, how to trade daily dividends with less than 25,000 PDF. Again, that is probably talking about trading futures. Not completely sure. Like I said, I'm just speculating here. Founder's bonus, how to not wipe out one loss, wipe blah blah blah. Rate locking, yeah. And so you can deduct from looking through some of these things what people are doing. So you can see Stephen, this testimonial here, up about 10k since they started following your daily levels using iron condors and iron flies. So you can see the type of trades that are being placed, but people are buying simple calls and puts on SPX as well. It really depends on what you get that morning from Stephen about how to set up the particular trades for the day. So I bought a call in SPX this AM when it was at its bottom. So again, you can do complex options orders pre-market, or you can just say, hey, if it hits this level or comes to within such and such of this level, buy calls on SPX or ES if you want to get around the idea of the pattern day trader rule, which is really cool. And Stephen's an expert at playing these, so he'll be able to say, like, okay, today I'm going to put in an order here for this particular type of trade, and then this one here for this type of trade. And if this doesn't hit, who cares? Maybe this one will hit. So it's very smart. I'm really impressed with it. I think it's something that is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be really cool. You can see another person here, easy as $500. I've made in 5 minutes. Bought 10 ES call options as soon as the vol triggers hit, write it for 5 points up for $500, done. So yeah, so it's in some ways it's an advanced service, in other ways it's actually pretty straightforward for beginners as well. So people have been asking me, hey, is this for, like, who's this for? Well, it'll be a steeper learning curve if you're not that familiar with advanced options trading. But there's a course, and you can Google pretty much everything you need to know. Once Stephen tells you what type of orders you need to place and things, you can probably learn how to do this really quickly. So yeah, so overall, pretty excited about this launch. It's happening on Tuesday the 27th, and definitely check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. You can basically sign up for this webinar where he's going to tell you a lot more than I can. I have had these levels before, so I've been involved with Stephen's stuff before, and the levels have always proven to be really good. What I haven't had experience with yet, though, is this idea of automating everything based on these levels, which is really where the meat is, right? That's where everything comes together. So I've had a few people signing up for this already. If you want the direct link to buy this, I can bypass like the webinar for you and send you the direct link to the checkout page where you can sign up and just get started with the service ASAP, basically. Alright guys, hopefully it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.